Have you guys ever noticed the amount of movies and the amount of music that is constantly inundating us with this theme that space is literally the ocean? Why do you think so many movies and so much music and things that we're constantly inundated with have this theme that above us is water? Not to mention astronauts, they literally train in water, they train in the ocean. I also find it odd that in Genesis, in the Bible, it says that God literally divided the waters above the firmament and below the firmament. Keyword, the waters above the firmament. This right here is what the biblical earth looks like, according to the Bible. And that is exactly how, during the times of Noah, how the Bible says that the skies opened up and water came pouring down into the earth. That is how that happened. I truly believe that Hollywood shows us a lot of half truths to make it seem so crazy that people don't even question if it could ever actually be real, when in reality it is. Maybe I'm crazy though. I don't know. What do you guys think?
There's a theory that we haven't ever been to outer space because of a transparent barrier that surrounds our entire world, and that past this barrier isn't open space or a vacuum, but water. Now, it all might sound crazy, but back in 1962, the US government launched a couple of nukes into the sky to allegedly test out the atmosphere's reaction to them, or that's what they want us to believe. But some say they were actually trying to see if they could crack that invisible barrier. Ironically enough, this program was called Operation Fishbowl. This theory is further speculated, as many have said that if you look at the stars with your own eyes, or zoom in on them with a camera, it seems to be twinkling or shining through a liquid-like substance. As rocket enthusiasts have observed, that rockets we have launched do seem to hit an invisible ceiling that causes a ripple-like effect that you would see in water.
You were probably trying to debunk flat Earth and prove the globe. That's how you become a flat earther.
Took me 2 hours.
2 hours, right? Nice.
That's it.
Nice. Well,
that is it.
The number one thing that got you? Was it the nonsense of the helio-nonsensical model?
What got me was you asking in one of your videos, how does water stick to a ball? That was the big eye opener for me when you started talking about gravity and how, and then from there, well, actually the funny story is I'm here for the exact same way you are. I got into all of this for the Fed, learning about money. And once you learn how money works and you learn what a scam fiat currency is, you just start going down the rabbit hole and you start realizing everything is a lie. But it was how does water stick to a ball? And then I watched some debunking and garbage videos that were just obviously didn't make any sense. And they were just talking with Fauci science. And then, I was just thinking to myself, we can send somebody to land on Mars. We're going to build civilizations on Mars, but nobody can go into like a laboratory and recreate the earth and show me how water sticks to a ball.
Hey y'all, so today I'm gonna be telling y'all why, as a Christian woman, I don't believe that the earth is a globe. I believe we are on this. Now y'all might think I'm silly or whatever, or dumb, and that's fine, because I'm gonna turn off the comments anyways. But I'm gonna just tell y'all like my beliefs and why I believe the earth is flat and we live under a firmament. Okay, first is Genesis 1:6-8. This is a different version of the Bible, but as you read, it says, I command a dome to separate the waters above it from the water below it. And y'all could pause and read it. Here is another version. This is the King James Version. Alright, next is Genesis 1:14-17. You go pause, read it. Talks about the firmament, which is a dome. That is an unbreakable glass. Also in the Bible, y'all should know this story, the Tower of Babel. Those of you who don't know, this is what the story was about. Basically, they were trying to build a tower to break the firmament. That's why it says second flood, because we're literally underwater. And because they almost tried to break it, God destroyed it, and that's why we speak different languages. Another reason why is rainbows. Look at this video I took. And look at this. I don't know about y'all, but in school, I was told to make a rainbow. You need like light, sometimes water or something with water, but like light and glass. And I don't know, if we really live under a dome, why is the rainbow arched? And I feel like it's the reflection of the dome. I'm not gonna lie. Another thing is thunder. When it thunders, it's literally echoing from the dome. All right, stars and constellations.
Yes, that some planets are kind.
If you thought that this was how we move through our solar system, you'd be wrong. In reality, it looks a lot more like this. The Earth moving around the sun in a corkscrew shape and the rest of the planet doing the same.
Alright, so they claim the Earth is moving, the sun's moving. That's not true. I don't believe the Earth is moving because why have constellations, the same ones, been here for years? Wouldn't it, like, you know, be gone by now? Like, different, wouldn't we be seeing different stars by now if we're like going through like space like that? It makes no sense. And Genesis 1:14 says, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs. To me, God put stars, you know, in the firmament, you know, to help guide us. That's what they did back then. All right, last but not least, NASA and satellites. NASA, to deceive. That's what it means in Hebrew. The founder, fathers of NASA is this dude right here. This is his tombstone. Psalms 19:1. Here it is. All right, so y'all are probably wondering, okay, what about satellites? Okay, so I do believe in satellites, but I believe this is CGI. Yeah, I'm not buying that. Also, the moon landing was fake. We never went to the moon. Why do they have, well, you know, the astronauts have this? Because they're sci-fi actors.
But I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
The full video is on YouTube. Also, there's like a video, I'm sure you can search it up on TikTok. They were asking one of them, like, swear on the Bible, and they was acting mad weird about it. So yes, we can't leave Earth. We never did. Yes, I believe there's an ice wall. Also, I don't believe aliens are real, and even if they are, they're demons. I believe in Project Bluebeam, I'm not gonna lie. But yes, I am a flat Earth believer as a Christian woman. Peace.
Listen to this dude right here explains your statement perfectly.
No, I don't expect to see buildings tilting away from me because I understand beyond a reasonable doubt that Earth is indeed flat. But hypothetically speaking, if Earth were indeed a globe, I'd imagine we should be able to at least measure how much a building is tilting away from us, wouldn't you say? I mean, even if we couldn't see this supposed tilt with the naked eye, we should be able to measure it by measuring the distance between two buildings from top to bottom, right? And let's say these two buildings are 3,000 kilometers apart. That's 1,800 miles. Now be a sport and tell me how many degrees over a distance of 1,800 miles. Then post some evidence showing me that structures do indeed tilt the further you get away from them.
Measurements were done of the bases and tops of two buildings, one in Torres, Rio Grande do Sul, and another in Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, 3,050 kilometers apart from each other. According to the theory of the spherical Earth, the distance of the measurements of the bases must be different than the measurements of the top, even in a few meters. But if the measurements are equal, this would show that the Earth has no curvature. Remembering the opinion of the INCRA engineers before the experiment,
probably there will be in relation to the extension of this line perpendicular to the baseline. I believe it will be longer.
Thinking of the Earth as a globe, the initial expectation was that the measurements were different.
But when the results arrived, the base and the top measurements were the same, showing that the two buildings are leveled upright. And here the opening angle, where we read the point here, the base of the building and its height. As we do this calculation here, on this plane, we will always find this distance here. On this plane, we will always find this distance here.
The identical measurements of the distance between the bases and the tops prove that between the two buildings there is no curvature, proving that the Earth has no spherical shape.
Are you serious right now, bro?
And unlike most destinations, you can't just hop off a commercial flight. Unless you're an elite scientist or an emperor penguin, exploring the Antarctic is forbidden.
Exploring the Antarctic is forbidden. Exploring the Antarctic is forbidden.
All right, so I want to touch on the most commonly asked question, and the one that infuriates me the most, which is, why does it matter? Mike, I still got to go to work tomorrow. That cannot be any more ignorant of a question or statement, in my opinion. The fact that I'm going to have to explain, right, to a critical thinking human being why it would matter that our leaders, our elected, leaders have lied and manipulated history into a false sense of reality to make us think that we're on a spinning ball in a vacuum over 1 million miles per hour when we're not, making us think we come from nothing, a lightning strike that hit an amoeba that grew legs that had sex, rather than being intelligently designed beings created by a creator, a designer, whoever that is that you think. It irks me. Now, the average person lives paycheck to paycheck. And I'm not sure about you, but I don't have any yachts. I don't have any Maseratis. I'm not going on any extravagant vacations constantly, right? You're paying for what? For food, water, energy, and shelter. All of those are free and abundant resources. Tesla proved we have energy, we have ether. Energy can be free, water is free and abundant, can never run out. Food, you can grow, you just put a seed in the ground, and water that's free comes down, and then you have food. Shelter, we have trees. All the ancients, they weren't primitive. Why would we make man-made materials that are harmful to us and then charge people when we have this world here? We create our life, our communities out of earth, just like Avatar, right? The way of water, right? All this stuff. Again, that irks me that has to be said, because that's just the basic, common sense, most fundamental, simple way to explain it. But, have we all been under a rock? There are many other reasons why it would matter that we're spending billions of dollars annually on cartoons, fake cartoons, to keep up a lie when we have people suffering all over the world. I mean, look at this. We've been told, life isn't fair. These people made a decision, just luck of the draw, so play the cards you're dealt. No. Folks, this is created and maintained. Because people like me, if I start questioning, you start finding out some of the inconsistencies, you start questioning the obvious lies, what do you get? Oh, you don't like it here in America? You can go to Africa. Go move over there. Whoa, what an indoctrinated thing to say. That's fucking weird, right? And that's why it's created. Even us here in America, right? The slaves here in America, we are slaves. And we have this weird sense like we're better than other, you still do the same shit. We still have to go to work. You are not free. You cannot just quit your job and go out, that ain't happening, dude. So I'm not understanding that thought process. That weird, and what it is again, they're confused. They understand everything's wrong, but they don't know how. And well, we're not as bad as them, so it's like you just turn the other eye because it's like, well, I'm good. Well, you sure you're good? You sure we're good here, right? I don't think you need to go to Africa. You can just go to Los Angeles. You can go to California. You can go to Chicago, Philadelphia, New York. The homeless crisis. This is insane, and we all just see it on the news, and we just go back to paying. We have to have people go around and give out food to the homeless. We have people online that go out, they'll take donations from us. Why are we paying? Where's the tax dollars, right? Billions of cartoons, billions of dollars of cartoons. We get tons of cartoons. Where's the money going? Where's all our tax stuff, right? Right? Where's this? I mean, everyone sees that everything's bullshit. Everyone sees how stupid everyone is. Yet nobody stops to question, to dig, to think further. This is why it matters, folks. This is why it matters. Now, this isn't just when it comes to homeless, poor, food, blah, blah, blah. What about technologically? We feel like we're at the height of civilization. This is alien technology. We're waiting for these guys to teach us. No, man. This is not an anti-gravitic device. This is an electromagnetic transport device. This is human technology. We should all have a UFO in our garage. So we are being kept in a very small box, and we are not allowed to think outside of that box, right? If we do, we're questioned. It's taboo. Don't question it. Well, of course not. They're aliens, guys. It's time to stop with the fantasy and acting like, oh, it's okay, it isn't too bad. It's corrupt and we know it, but not too bad. No, it's bad. This is human. We should all be able to explore. Do you know how awesome our Earth is? And it is being kept from us as we slave our days away, missing out on birthdays, school concerts, vacations, field trips with your child. How many different family functions have you had to miss because you're working overtime? Man, I'm just trying to get ahead, man. It's time we get ahead. Now, I want to leave you guys with a quote that when I heard it, kind of hit home with me. And it was, change does not happen until those unaffected are as equally outraged as those affected. I don't know about you, man, but it's time to get affected.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer, Al-Biruni, who lived between 975 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store today and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.